Hello internet user, my name is Gary of Gary Swears, and normally I do woodworking videos, and this is a normal video. I know some of you have been eager for me to do some woodworking videos, and so I've got one for you. Devotees may recall that I don't have a dedicated workspace, but I do have two sawhorses, and so I have upgraded them, and they are very cool. I like this design. It's very versatile. What it is a basic sawhorse. It's had its spine sort of widened, and there are notches here so you can put a 2x2. I've also made a boom, which has a lot of really neat features. I put some pegs up here to so that it can support a clamp light pretty well. This bolt here can support a rotary tool. I've got a little shelf here, just kind of general purpose. I just glued it, so I'm left the clamp on. This thing here holds my saws and my clamps, and this is going to help me make more woodworking videos. And so this is how I've made this. Like I said, I don't have a dedicated workspace, which means that I also don't have any power tools. So if you have power tools, this step's going to go a lot faster for you. What I'm doing here is just cutting the pieces to size, since I already have the sawhorse and I'm retrofitting it. This step took me an hour and a half to do because, again, I did not have power tools. So this will go a lot faster for you if you have a power drill. Anyway, what I'm doing is drilling a pilot hole and then putting screws in there and screwing and gluing to the side of the spine, and then sawing off the tip of the screw and doing the same thing on the other side. Oh, this is a proud moment for me. Oh yeah, that worked out well. And look at that. Already handy. This is basically just step 2 again for the second sawhorse. This step went faster because I knew the size of the pieces, but again, no power tools. This step was pretty easy. Just cut it 2x2 in half and drill a hole at the end of both of the 2x2s. The neat thing is that friction holds this thing in place. Once I knew that the boom worked properly, I drilled a hole in the end and put a peg in there so I could hang my clamp light on it. I wanted to put another peg going through the other way on the boom, and also one coming out the very end, as well as putting a stop right at the joint. This is a very handy and easy modification on a sawhorse, and it will prevent wobble and make everything more stable. I wanted a way to secure my file to the sawhorse that didn't use up one of my clamps and was also low profile. So I used a prong hole and came up with this little number. I drilled a hole and inserted a peg so that could come up and stop the end of the file from coming loose. It fits in just like that. This turned out better than I planned because I didn't realize that I could just flip this over and just have the files stored under there, which is super handy, and I really like that. Basically, I just cut out 2 L-shaped pieces of wood and put a screw between them and turned it into a clamp. This will allow me to clamp, say, a bowl, any small pieces like this. And this connects to the same pronged hole as the file holder, so that worked out pretty well. The assemble piece looks like this. Pretty simple. The final step was to make the tool rack, although it's really just kind of a shelf. I may go back and put a bolt through that to make it a little more secure, but I think that'll hold for now. I would recommend a power drill. I'm going to leave this clamp here and let the glue dry, since this is going to be a stress-bearing joint. That should work. And in the end, this is what they look like. If you want to see this in action, I plan on taking this to a fest with me tomorrow, actually. And I'm going to try to get some pipes done on it and field test this thing. I hope you like this video. I hope it gave you some ideas. If you'd like a more advanced tutorial, support me on Patreon. Here's a clip. This is kind of an in-depth tutorial. Or at least this is me explaining everything that I'm doing. And if I'm doing it wrong, at least, you know, you got a full explanation. If it isn't obvious by now, I haven't quite figured out exactly what I'm going to do. This piece of scrap is from the 2x2. I'm using this as a spacer for the boom. I'm going to make a mark right there on both sides of the scrap. Then I'm going to put the scrap back down and make another mark here. I'm going to drill a hole here and here as pilot holes. So I hope you like this video. If you like what you've seen, like and subscribe. My name's Gary, and I'm out. Yeah, I guess this will, yeah, that'll do. I hope you guys aren't like too like, oh Jesus, now I've done it. Oh. Anyway, I hope you guys aren't too like upset that I haven't been like doing too many woodworking videos. It's just, you know, I wanted to, you know, the one I do, you know, the first one I do, I want it to be good, you know, I want it to be real good, something you guys could use, but I know some of you guys, you know, are real happy with me not doing exclusively woodworking videos. And, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to edit this and post it and go to some fest tomorrow.